Hi everybody, welcome to Sapphire Wellness and Tarot. I'm doing a video today on the total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius this May 26th. It will occur around 7 a.m., just after 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and however, depending where you are in the world, keep that in mind. The energies of the eclipse are also present a few days before and many days after as well, so something else to keep in mind. Now, this is a big one. It's a total lunar eclipse. It's a blood moon, also known as the flower moon in May, and it is in the sign of Sagittarius. And Sagittarius has big themes, so it's universal consciousness, it's the teacher, the guru, higher knowledge, higher understanding, the planet Jupiter. It's, to some degree, a sense of enlightenment and understanding. So when we have a lunar eclipse, we have revelation. So we're going from darkness to light, and generally, quite a lot of it, when it's lunar eclipse, it's related to the emotions and our feeling. And when we marry that with Sagittarius, with understanding, and also the word belief, because Sagittarius is very much about our beliefs and how we perceive things, how we understand things, our wisdom, we may gain some greater understanding of how we feel about things, our emotions, and how we perceive things, and also how our mind perceives things as well. So in a sense, this is darkness to light. So the lunar eclipse is bringing out the darkness so it can be transformed into light. So you have to see the darkness for you to be able to recognize it and release it, and to become more your authentic self. This is a perfect time to be more aware of your authentic self, or your higher self, or your potential, because Sagittarius is your potential, your higher self, what you can how you can transform, how you can become closer to God, or to spirit, or to your highest potential. So these are the energies and the themes of what we're talking about here. We are going to experience, I think for most people, there's going to be a very transformative experience, and the energy will be quite revealing. So darkness to light, there will be some kind of revelation. Generally, it is quite of an emotional nature, because the moon is feeling and emotions, but it could also be mental. And I think that for a lot of people, because this is Sagittarius, this is also to do with ourselves and our higher self, and how we are in the world, how we relate, our spiritual makeup to a degree, who we really are as a person. There is going to be a shining of the light in that area. So for a lot of people, you may feel that you want to let go of things, detox, whether it be physical or mental or emotional, just to shed and let go, and to be more of who you really are. So really beautiful opportunity for a lot of people. At the same time, you may experience a greater understanding or revelation in other people around you, or where you are, your social circle, society, the world. That kind of thing could become a little bit more clear to you. At the same time, when we look at the world around us, if we go outside of just our little area of ourselves, we could have some greater understanding and darkness brought to light in the world around us, in society, or in the political sphere, or in the business sphere, and so on. So in the coming days or weeks, we could see quite a lot of darkness brought to light. So really quite interesting times. I would say also that because this is in a mutable sign, we have Sagittarius as a mutable sign, which means flexible, in a state of flux, transformative, not set. There could be some part of this that takes a little bit longer, maybe a few weeks to unfold. So you'll have a clear picture around the eclipse, but also in the coming weeks after, especially since we have the Sun in Gemini directly across. Gemini is also mutable. And we have the Mercury retrograde in Gemini, May 29th to June 22nd. So that's also to do with the finer details. So some of the details may not be fully realized until the end of June. So something to keep in mind there. On top of that, we have Sun square Neptune in Pisces and Moon square as well. So we have Jupiter in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, squaring. That's also a factor. So when we look at that energy, we bring in the energy of truthfulness and higher understanding, higher consciousness, the soul, the collective, and forgiveness and sensitivity. So Pisces is very much of that nature. So I think what that's telling us is to be in touch with ourselves and our emotions and be truthful and to have faith and hope, because Pisces has faith and hope. It's also telling us to connect with our higher selves and to connect with God, because that could be very beneficial at this time. So really key words here are illumination and understanding. And I think that that's going to be something that a lot of people experience. Trust the process, breathe, remember to nurture yourself and to take it slow. Now is not the time to do rash things or quick action. Just sit with the energies and listen to what they're telling you. That's very, very important. There could be something of a revelation, as I said, and a insight and an expansion that you experience. So I would think of it like the analogy of when you're swimming in the water. You feel that you're swimming and you're in a pond, and you suddenly realize you're in the ocean. Or conversely, you could be swimming, you feel like you're out in the ocean, but you realize suddenly you're in a pond. There's something of that nature. Most likely it's the first one, but depending on the person and the area of your life, it could be either. So that's another thing to think about and consider. Another thing I wanted to mention about this full moon lunar eclipse, this blood moon in Sagittarius, this fire sign of Sagittarius, the sign of transformation and expansion and growth. I wanted to mention that this is known in the Aztec tradition as quite a significant moon. So they believe that this is a moon that is bringing us from darkness to light. So quite interestingly, they believe that from 2012 to 2021, humanity was going through a period of darkness and working through a lot of intense and dark energies and going through the underworld. And they believe that the 26th of May, this particular lunar eclipse, is a transition from darkness into light and a gradual awakening and understanding in humanity. And this will go basically until 2026. So this energy will carry till 2026 and then build from there and just keep ascending. So really quite interesting energies, and you may want to look into that if you're interested in that kind of thing. You can do some research. But they believe that this energy is a time of awakening and also a time of becoming more aware of who we really are in our soul, and also a little bit of a time of going inward as well. Not so focused on the worldly energies, but going inward and healing and healing humanity as a whole, and awakening from there, and just building that energy. So really quite beautiful. I looked into that, and I thought I'd mention that as well. Let me see if there's anything else I want to mention to you guys. I think that's about it. Well, I'm really excited for you all, and let me know any of your thoughts, or if you have any questions, put them below. I'd be thrilled to hear that. Thrilled to hear any of your suggestions, or your feelings, or your thoughts. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. It helps as I build the channel as well. Thank you all for coming and viewing, and see you soon.